Hello, everyone. I am not on the way to work. I am actually on the way to pick up my son for a doctor's appointment. But I was listening to a podcast that a friend of mine has, and they were talking about if you can be, if if you date outside your race, can you be pro-black? Right. So if you're a black person and you date outside your race, can you still be pro-black? And my answer is no. Okay. Now, what I do think is you could be a black sympathizer. Like there are plenty of white people who are like in the same sense that there are men who are feminists. Is that to me is what that is. That means that don't mean you hate black people. I don't think that if you date outside your race you hate black people, but you are sympathetic to black people. I don't think that you can call yourself pro-black though. That's my personal opinion, and the reason why is because the most beautiful thing that you could do and the most amazing thing that you could do for the black community is to breed within the black community and to support the black community with your seed, with your lineage, with all of those things. So therefore, the one thing that you could have done, you did not do. And so I don't really think you could be pro black. I do think you could be a black sympathizer. Like there are plenty of people who sympathize with the black movement, and I think that's where you fall. I think, and that's just my opinion. Fight me on that, okay? But yeah, and I think they brought up in a podcast I was listening to. They brought up Jordan Peele, and first of all, I do think Jordan Peele is a extremely amazing black sympathizer. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, Jordan Peele is not 100% black. Jordan Peele is mixed. So Jordan Peele looks black, like on the outside, but he's half white, half black. So keep that in mind when you talk about like Jordan Peele and Keegan Michael Key. I think his middle name is Key. Keegan Key. His both of them are mixed. They are 50-50 white. Their parent, I think Jordan Peele's mom is white and his dad is black, and they were both adopted, but both of them are 50-50 white. So the fact that he's marrying a white woman is not too far-fetched because he's half white himself. And he would, and that's another question that I have is, so are you saying that if a white person dates a black person, are they anti-black, are they anti-white? You know what I'm saying? Like they're not pro-white if they're like it goes to question a lot of things, because as far as like what does it mean to be pro-black? You know what I'm saying? But I personally think that you are a black sympathizer, period. And today, if you choose to date outside your race. But as far as and I've heard people say like, oh well, if I date outside my race, my kids are still black. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're mulatto. And to call your kids black is extremely offensive to their other half of the race. So if you're a black person and you have a child with a white person, your child is half white, half black. Your child is not black. They are half white, half black. So if you sit here and be like, nah, they black, then are you saying that there's something wrong with the white side of them? Because that's basically what you're saying. You're saying that there's something wrong with the white half of them. And that's racist in itself. So to say that, to basically, what you're saying is they don't need to learn the white half. They just need to learn the black half. That's racist. Okay? Like you can't do that. You have to embrace both sides of them. So you can't call them just black. You have to say that they're mulatto. Call it like it is. Like they have to love their white side just as much as they have to love their black side. So I never understand when I see mixed people who don't like their white counterpart, because I'm like, that's who you are. You may not love it. I don't always love what black people do, but I'm black. I can't do nothing about that. And then so if you mix, embrace that. But sitting here trying to prove that you pro-black, why? You could be just as much supporting the white community because you 50% white, or your kids are 50% white. You obviously married a white woman. You obviously have some kind of, connection to the white community. You felt like you should marry her. And so that's how I feel when it comes to the whole like being pro-black and marrying white people. Because I'm like, bro, you don't you don't have to prove yourself to us, okay? Obviously, you're attracted to white women, and that's just what it is. Be a black sympathizer. You know what I'm saying? You can still come to the marches, be a part of the movement, power to the people, but at night you go home to Becky. You know what I'm saying? Like do it big. But yeah, and that doesn't make you a bad person. Okay, it don't make you a bad person. What I don't like is you turning around and ignoring the white half when your children are going to be mixed. Don't ignore the white half of your kid. Okay, like, oh, my children are black. No, they mixed. Your child is also, so basically, if your wife tell people that your child is white, you see what I'm saying? Like, if your wife be like, oh well, no, our child is white because I'm white, so my child is white. Because that's how some people's logic is. Okay, but let me know what you think about this. This is a little quick rant that I had after listening to the podcast. But let me know how you feel. Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace.